Pay attention, for I shall explain this in a way even a youthful mind can grasp. In news item number 1, the announced return of the hero Tony Stark is a grand fabrication, a trick to distract everyone while I prepare my arrival to seize control. The actor Robert Downey Jr. will not be returning to help. He will merely lend Stark's face to me. Think of it as a mask I shall wear to deceive the world and execute my plans. The longing the other heroes feel for Stark will be the weapon I use to confuse and defeat them by targeting their emotions. Today, I will answer 2 questions that perhaps even you can understand. Why would such a famous actor agree to tarnish the image of the character everyone loved so much? And how will Spider-Man's great friendship with Tony Stark be used as the exact weakness to destroy him forever?
Ah, mortals, pay heed, for I, the god of mischief, am here to reveal what Marvel is trying to conceal about Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. In news, item number 2, I confirm, the Scarlet Witch is returning, but the greatest deceit is that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is already cast for my multiversal team. This is the culmination of the story that began with my variants. The truth is that the actors are being forced to lie in all their interviews. The question that truly matters is, will the Scarlet Witch return as the hero Marvel so desperately tried to create, or will the desire to fix the multiverse make her an ally of Doctor Doom? And is Andrew Garfield's laughter in the interview, after all, a disguised yes or pure despair at having to lie yet again? Stay until the end to see the insane list of who I have summoned for my elite team.
Look, it's me, your friendly neighborhood guy, and I'm here on my off time to drop the hottest leak bomb in the universe in news item number 3. Prepare yourselves for the news that an entire planet will emerge on the horizon of New York in the post-credits scene of my movie, Spider-Man: A New Day. And this is the warning sign for the War of Avengers, Doomsday. What does this planet mean for our Earth 616, and why might the Scarlet Witch be responsible for a confrontation even greater than we imagine? Come with me, because the fight to recruit me is getting ugly, and I'm going to tell you how Marvel is connecting my movie to an interdimensional invasion.
Guys, stop everything you're doing and listen to the Hulk, because Marvel leaked the whole game. For news item number 4, I got explosive rumors from Spider-Man. A new day that guarantee the movie is not an isolated reboot, but rather the key piece that connects Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four to a cosmic event that will define the future. Avengers: Doomsday. I confirm it to you. The post-credit scene of Spider-Man. A new day will bring the threat of another Earth emerging on the New York horizon, confirming that our friendly neighborhood guy will be smack in the middle of Doomsday, where 2 Avengers teams, Captain America's and the Thunderbolts, will face off because of him. Will Spidey accept the call from Sam Wilson? Or will he ally himself with Yelena Belova? And why is Tom Holland already filming his post-credits scene if A New Day hasn't even finished? I know the answer, and I'm going to tell you everything now.
Greetings, mortals. Allow your majesty, Dr. Doom, to grant you a bit of clarity regarding the chaos you call entertainment. It has come to my attention that the actor who plays Iron Man and the boy who dresses as a spider recorded a video. This has generated a buzz about the future of the Avengers, but the only question that matters is, how will the young arachnid deal with a monarch infinitely superior to Tony Stark? The answer, I assure you, involves a twist so obvious that it astounds me your simple minds haven't yet deciphered it. But do not fret, I am here to draw you a picture. Now, we arrive at that unpleasant part where I am forced to stoop to the level of a digital influencer and beg for validation. I detest it. However, my analysis of behavioral data indicates with 100% certainty that if I do not demand it, your lazy mind simply will not click. Therefore, this is an order. Leave your like and subscribe to this channel. For those who refuse, know that I have access to your browsing history and will not hesitate to project it onto the skies of your city. Do not test Doom's patience. You should remember that this tactic of using comedic promotional videos to hide the plot is not new. It was used in minor films such as Civil War and Infinity War, a rudimentary yet effective attempt to control the expectations of the masses. That is how the boy Holland gained the reputation for being unable to keep secrets, a slip-up that, if it occurred in Latveria, would be punished with the forced reading of all of Tony Stark's self-help works. A torture indeed. And why are they doing this? Money, of course. The actor Robert Downey Jr. has amassed a fortune that almost rivals a small percentage of Latveria's treasury. His contracts, totaling over $300 million, still guarantee him a percentage of the film's profits, something that the Hollywood studios, with their creative accounting, try to avoid paying. A practice so dishonest it almost inspires admiration. Almost. As for the boy Holland, he only truly started seeing the color of money in his most recent film. Now, he is also earning a considerable sum, though it is still a pittance compared to Downey's. And what do they do with this wealth? The same as anyone with an ounce of ambition. They open their own businesses. That is why they made this promotional video, to use the interest in a film that involves me to sell their products. It is ironic that they need my image to boost their sales. The great change, however, came when Marvel finally realized that the future depended on a real villain and not on a purple alien obsessed with gems. They brought the Russo brothers back and rewrote everything, focusing on my arrival. And yes, they confirmed that the man in the Fantastic Four post-credit scene was Robert Downey Jr., playing a version of me. A choice acceptable. After all, who better to play a billionaire genius than the actor who has already played one? Apparently, Disney believes the general public cannot appreciate the magnificence of my mask and needs to see a familiar face. Thus, in the script, young Franklin Richards will cure my facial scars. The result? I will have Tony Stark's face. And here is the genius part, a plan so wicked I could have created it myself. Spider-Man and the Avengers will see the face of their deceased friend and believe he has returned. The confusion and chaos will be delicious. Imagine the scene. Spider-Man, already at rock bottom, isolated, and living only to be a neighborhood hero. He has suppressed his personal life, has no friends, and is emotionally destroyed. He is in the perfect state of vulnerability, and it is in that moment that he will look at me and see the face of his mentor. How do you think he will react when the ghost of Tony Stark is the architect of his ruin? To worsen the boy's situation, they will introduce the Punisher into his storyline, a man who does not hesitate to eliminate his enemies. They do not want a dark Spider-Man, but the contrast between his methods and those of the boy who refuses to kill will inevitably push him into a moral dilemma. Add to this the influence of the symbiote, which feeds on negative emotions, and you have the perfect recipe for a broken hero. All of this will happen in his solo film, which will conveniently conclude just in time for my arrival in Avengers Doomsday. And what about the spell of that second-rate sorcerer, Doctor Strange? A crude solution. The Avengers remember fighting alongside Spider-Man, but have no idea that he is Peter Parker. The only exception is the Hulk. The creature's primitive mind is immune to this type of mental trick, so the green monster knows exactly who is beneath that red mask. An interesting detail that will certainly be explored. During the events of Doomsday, the Arachnid will join one of the Avengers teams, which will place him directly in my path. And then, the moment everyone is waiting for, he will tear off my mask and see Tony's face. But what happens next? The ending is obvious. Doom wins. The multiverse collapses, and from its ashes, I will create Battleworld, a new domain forged under my will. Many of your favorite heroes will not survive to see the new world, a necessary sacrifice. The other Spider-Men, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, do not expect to see them in Doomsday. They are the reserve pieces who will only be brought in for Secret Wars when desperation reaches its peak. It will be the great reunion they so desired, only for them to discover they are fighting an already lost battle against a power they cannot even comprehend. Today's lesson is concluded. You now understand a fraction of the great plan in motion. Leave your theories in the comments. Perhaps I will deign to read them if boredom consumes me. Press the like button as an oath of loyalty and subscribe, for Doom's wisdom is a privilege. If you disobey, I will personally invade every device you own and install a virus that plays Baby Shark on an eternal loop. Do not provoke me.
You truly think the Scarlet Witch is the only heavyweight making a return? What if I told you that Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man is on my team? Yes, I, the God of Mischief, am assembling my own multiversal squad for Avengers, Doomsday, and Secret Wars. We'll discuss the latest interviews with Andrew and with Elizabeth Olsen, who finally wants to come back. There's something strange, almost bitter, about her return, and it intrigues me. Stay tuned, because my squad might just be the missing piece in this game. The tedious part. I need you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. I truly detest asking. It is so plebeian, but let's face it, without my reminder you forget, and my ego has been bruised enough having to work for the TVA. Speaking of which, anyone who doesn't leave a like will be visited by a female variant of mine, Sylvie, for a chat about the timelines. It's a fair threat. After all, I'm here to tell stories, not to humiliate myself. In an MTV interview following his new film, The Hunt, Josh put Andrew Garfield on the spot asking about Secret Wars. Andrew? He merely laughed. Look closely. Laughter is the new yes in Hollywood. I know this pressure well. I had to pretend I was dead for about 15 films before people stopped stabbing me. The question is his laughter nervousness or is it a disguised confirmation? The body language is screaming. You will know whether he is annoyed or excited. What would Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man do with Hugh Jackman in the MCU? I'll tell you who he wants to see in the next paragraph. When Andrew was pressed on who he would partner with, he mentioned Lord and Miller from Spider-Verse and Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. But the name that truly caught my attention, honestly, was Tom Hardy. Remember No Way Home? The other Spideys, TOBEY and Tom Holland, have already fought aliens, including Venom, and Andrew was the only one left out saying, I want to fight an alien. Tom Hardy's Venom would be the perfect match. This leads me to my next point. There are very strong rumors that he will be in at least one of these films. And believe it or not, he is slated for my team. Look, even I feel sorry for Andrew. After having to swear on a stack of Bibles that he wasn't the werewolf, or that he wasn't in No Way Home, now he has to laugh and deny everything again. It's a vicious cycle. It would be easier for him to just say, yes, I'm an Avenger, deal with it. But the truth I have to tell you is this. Avengers, Doomsday and Secret Wars aren't just about the recent MCU. It's about everything Marvel has ever done. It is the culmination. If I, who have died about 50 times, am leading a team, it is because Marvel is calling everyone they possibly can. And yes, Andrew is open to returning. Excellent. Less work for my TVA agents. Changing the subject, Elizabeth Olsen, our dear Scarlet Witch, gave an interview to People.com stating that she is open to returning, and she threw out a brilliant subtle hint saying she is not exhausted by superhero movies, but rather by bad movies. She spoke the truth. I couldn't have said it better myself. The fact is, she has unfinished business in the MCU. And her quote, which I love, is, "It's something I love, that I always want to return to." Why does her return have a bitter taste, as I mentioned at the start? This is what the witch herself reveals to us next. Elizabeth explained that the last 5 years have been special for the character, but she still wants to do comic book arcs, something the fans are asking for. Yes, she cited House of M, and who knows, the infamous No More Mutants. She really wants to do House of M, not just that WandaVision version, and she made a statement that is music to my ears and to any gods. These movies aren't for critics, they're for fans. Exactly. What matters is the box office and devotion, not whether the critic thinks it is cinema or not. It's fruitful, the stories have improved for her and the character. This woman is ready to cause gigantic chaos. She hits the nail on the head by saying that the familiarity and connectivity of the universes is what we love about Marvel. It's what allows for incredible returns, such as Andrew Garfield's. Speaking of which, Kirsten Dunst is also willing to return as Mary Jane, provided Sam Raimi returns and Tobey Maguire is in. But now, What does the writer of The Batman have to do with Tobey's Spider-Man 4? It is crazy, but it is real. And Kirsten's return leads me to the next point, my team. But first, I have a bomb about the Scarlet Witch. And that is it. Elizabeth Olsen wants to return. Marvel has to be more foolish than I was trying to stab myself in the past if they don't bring her back. The piping hot rumors? Dr. Doom might resurrect her. Yes, with the help of Franklin Richards. Or she might return to try to atone for her sins from Multiverse of Madness, allying herself with Doom to save the multiverse. A villain turning into an ally of the biggest villain to redeem herself. That's right up my alley. Her arc would be epic. Think with me. How do you defeat Doom, Doctor Strange, and the Scarlet Witch together? You don't. They are the most powerful people together. Professor X has already lost. End of story. And here is the most revolting part. Elizabeth Olsen found out she was the villain of Multiverse of Madness only 3 weeks before filming. 3 weeks. I am the god of mischief, and not even I would pull a trick like that. It is almost as if they told me I was the hero and suddenly gave me a script where I get stabbed again. It was an unfair move toward her, but this proves that her role in the final films will be gigantic, whether as a hero or a villain. Kevin Feige, the president of Marvel, mentioned that the Avengers, Thunderbolts, Wakandans, and X-Men will fight Doom, but he conveniently omitted my team. Pure envy. Tom Hiddleston is confirmed, and obviously, I, Loki, will be there. Who else have I recruited for this multiversal squad? The obvious names are Deadpool, Wolverine, Sylvie, I am not jealous, Mobius, my best friend even if it pains me to admit it, and OBB-15. Gambit might also be on the list, depending on whether the TVA fished him out of the void or another universe. But the insane rumors about my team, you have to see this. The full list of recruits, which is a rumor but is so good it has to be true, includes Captain Carter, Hayley Atwell, the first Avenger that Marvel pulled from What If. This makes perfect sense. Then, Captain America as Nomad. Yes, we will have 2 versions of Chris Evans on screen. I would love to confuse the two. I am the master of illusion, but 2 Caps is too much for my brain. And of course, the last 2 who are confirmed. Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Tobey is almost certain for Doomsday. Andrew is the icing on the cake, the unknown I brought in. This squad is the multiversal team everyone expected. Deadpool, Wolverine, Captain Carter, the 2 Spideys, Gambit, and the TVA crew. It's insane. Did you like my recruits? And now, for the most important part, tell me in the comments. Did you like my elite team? Who would you remove to put in my elite squad? Will Andrew and the Scarlet Witch really come back? And my favorite part, have you liked and subscribed yet? If I find out that you watched this far and did not subscribe, I will personally, with my horned helmet, go to your timeline and delete all your favorite Netflix episodes. And I can do it. I am the god of mischief. The chaos is just beginning. Until next time, you pathetic mortals. Pathetic.
For those who don't know me, I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man who, in his spare time, digs up some hot scoops about the multiverse. And today I dug up some explosive gossip about my next movie, Spider-Man: A New Day, which ties everything into Avengers, Doomsday. The preview is this. Get ready to see an entire planet emerge in the sky over New York, and that has everything to do with the invasion the Avengers are going to face. Curious to know how my life is going to get worse again? Stay with me, and I'll tell you. Before we jump headfirst into the leaks, I have to do my homework, which is basically begging for your attention. I know it's annoying to ask, but since you never remember to do it willingly, I'm Peter Parker. Bad luck is my superpower, remember? I'm going to ask, subscribe to the channel and leave a like. Do it now. I swear it hurts me more to ask than it hurts you to click. But if you don't, I'm going to find you, and I'm going to hit you with bad jokes until you beg me to stop. I'm really good at that. The source of the news is a certain Discord leak. Yes, a random chat server, but look, what comes from the set and leaks anonymously often turns out to be true. People who have backstage access aren't dumb. They don't want to lose their job just to give a free spoiler. But for some reason that science still hasn't explained. They love to leak things, just like I love to eat pizza with my mask pulled up. What the leak told me is a crucial detail about the post-credit scene of Spider-Man, A New Day. We are going to see an entire planet appear menacingly on the New York skyline. This, my friends, connects directly to the Doomsday storyline, because it suggests an alien invasion, or more frighteningly, an incursion involving our Earth and the heroes who stay here. And this is where things get serious. I had already heard from reliable informants that the Avengers team in Doomsday will be split into at least two groups. One that goes to the X-Men's universe to fight Dr. Doom, and the other that stays on Earth 616 to face an invasion. The appearance of this planet suggests that the team that stays will have double the work, because we're not talking about a single Earth coming for us, but several. This is the result of what we've done out there. We have Monica Rambeau in the X-Men's universe, a tiny piece of the Venom symbiote in our world, and of course all the mess I made in No Way Home. Basically, my past is coming back to haunt me. In the comics, for one Earth to survive an incursion, it has to destroy the other. It's kind of sinister. Thinking about this, my bet is on Universe 838, the one the Scarlet Witch annihilated with the Illuminati. They must be super pissed and coming to destroy us before we mess everything up again. I would love to see an angry superior Iron Man chasing Wanda. Another possibility for the invasion we will see is the Doombots, since Dr. Doom will use magic and runes to control Sentinels and other robots. It's like a distraction attack while he goes about his business with Loki. It makes too much sense that another universe would pop up in the post-credits to directly link my film to Avengers Doomsday. If this leak is real, it confirms my presence in Avengers Doomsday. Marvel is trying to keep this a secret, which is ridiculous, since we've heard Tom Holland has a stunt double, tried on suits, and a whole bunch of other things. It would be a huge waste not to put me in this movie. But there's a backstage detail that explains this scene. The post-credits scene of my movie was probably already filmed on the Doomsday set, and not on my set. The Russo Brothers directed the post-credits scenes for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four to tie everything together. They have the master plan, and these scenes are actual snippets from the future film. They already knew what was coming and set everything up. Another planet on the horizon is the definitive proof that the incursions are coming, and I'll be right in the middle of it. The second rumor is that Sam Wilson, our Captain America, will try to recruit me for his team, but I will refuse. And what makes this more interesting is that Yelena Belova, the People's Black Widow, according to some insiders, will also appear, and she might be trying to recruit me for the Thunderbolts team, the Z-list New Avengers. If both of them appear, it means the conflict between the two Avengers teams will be more intense than we imagined, escalating what we saw at the end of Thunderbolts. Sam's team has more classic members, such as, we presume, the Savage Hulk, who appears in my film, Captain Marvel, Shang-Chi, and Wong. As for Doctor Strange, well, I already said he'll be with Doom. Refusing the invitation makes a lot of sense. I don't want to be an Avenger. I just want to be the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. My life was already destroyed in No Way Home. I lost the love of my life, my best friend. Everyone forgot me. I lost Aunt May. I'm tired of so much cosmic-level trouble. Sam, in this case, is recruiting me as Spider-Man because the spell is still active. No one remembers Peter Parker. I just hope the spell is undone in Secret Wars, so I don't have to introduce myself as Spider-Man, but in real life, my name is anyone. And finally, the last detail. They say the second post-credit scene will display the first trailer for Avengers Doomsday. I am skeptical. It's more of a polite wish than an actual leak. Daniel RPK said the trailer will come with the movie Avatar, Fire and Ashes, months after my film. For Marvel, it makes more sense to use that space for a Venom symbiote teaser, a funny scene, or something that connects more to Doomsday. But look, if there is going to be a scene, I'd want one where I see a green cloak in the background and just say, Mr. Stark. That would be respectable fan service. But the appearance of Captain Sam Wilson, or a planet in the window? That is highly likely. So what did you think of these rumors? Do they make sense to you? I'm Spider-Man, I'm always right, but Doctor Doom is also coming, so you decide who to trust. Either way, the only thing that really matters is that the mess is guaranteed. Comment below on which of the two Avengers teams you think I'll choose. I guess neither, but life always surprises me. If you don't subscribe, I'm personally going to show up at your house to warn you about all your due bills. And if you don't leave a like, I'm going to give you my iron suit with a dead battery as a gift. Thanks for watching, everyone. And be careful, the hero life is a roller coaster. And I just broke the seatbelt.
Greetings, little ones. Hulk here. Pay attention. We have brand new, piping hot rumors about Spider-Man: A New Day. I'm talking about something that is not just more gossip. One of these leaks talks about a post-credits scene that, if true, will connect everything to Avengers. Doomsday. And look at that. The other concerns a special path to Doomsday. The icing on the cake is that all these Spider-Man events end up linking directly to the Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four films. Hulk here doesn't miss a detail, so let's dive into it. I know, you're already judging me. I hate playing this role, but the truth is, you have to subscribe and leave a like. If I don't ask, I know my work will be ignored as much as my resume of greatest expert in breaking things. Seriously, don't make me appeal to my green side. Subscribe so you don't miss anything from Marvel. And I mean it. If you don't subscribe, I'll know where you live, and I'll send you an email with my 2012 Christmas wish list. You don't want that in your life. The reason I call this a rumor and not an official report is that the information is coming from an anonymous leak over on Discord. Apparently, there's a spy loose, risking their job just to leak details about Avengers, Doomsday, and Spider-Man: A New Day. You should handle this information with the same care I take when picking up a fragile object. But look, Hulk has seen rumors like these come true before. After all, people who work on the set find things out. They don't want to get fired, so they leak anonymously. They do it for the same reason we're here. We like gossip. The juiciest part of this Discord leak is about the post-credits scene of Spider-Man: A New Day. The report says that, in the scene, an entire planet appears out of nowhere on the New York skyline. That's bizarre. But the most important thing is that this event connects to an incursion from another Earth, forcing Spider-Man and the remaining heroes to prepare for the chaos of Avengers. Doomsday. If you thought Peter Parker's life couldn't get any worse, get ready, because the universe disagrees with you. This gets even more interesting, because we had previously heard from reliable informants that the Avengers Doomsday team will be divided. One team will travel to the X-Men's universe, join Loki, and fight Dr. Doom, which is what I call a packed weekend agenda. The other team, however, will have to stay behind on our Earth 616 to face an invasion. The emergence of this planet may not be about the X-Men, but about another universe coming to attack us. And it's not just one either. Recent news says that several Earths are on a collision course with ours. The reason for all this mess is that our universe has been messing with all the neighbors. The X-Men's universe was affected by Monica Rambeau. Tom Hardy's Venom universe may be drawn here because a piece of the symbiote was left on our Earth. And frankly, I don't even need to mention what happened in Spider-Man: No Way Home. That was a multiversal horror show. It seems like our planet is the disaster magnet of the universe, and the only way to survive an incursion in the comics is to destroy the other planet. So whoever is coming here is coming to eliminate us. Deep down, I pray that the planet coming is from Universe 838, the one with the Illuminati that the Scarlet Witch eliminated. They must be very angry at our Earth. If they are on a collision course, they'll say, "Ours lives and yours dies." I would love to see a superior Iron Man from that universe, for example, full of resentment toward the Scarlet Witch of our dimension. Another invasion option that makes sense would be the Doombots, since we heard that Dr. Doom will use magic and runes to control Sentinels and other robots. This could be his smokescreen, a distraction attack to weaken us while he's out there, dealing with Loki. The fact that another universe appears in the post-credits scene would be the perfect tease, the famous cliffhanger, to set the stage for Avengers: Doomsday. This would also confirm, if the rumors are true of course, that Spider-Man will really be in Avengers. Doomsday. Marvel has been trying to keep it secret, but Tom Holland has already been spotted. His stunt double was on set. He himself went for costume fittings. It would be a huge waste of time and money if he didn't participate in the film. Many are saying, "Oh, but Spider-Man, A New Day is still filming." I tell you, the Spidey post-credits scene is most likely not being filmed on his set. This is crucial. The reason? The post-credits scenes for Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four were filmed and directed by the Russo Brothers, who are the directors of Avengers, Doomsday. So the Russo Brothers have a bigger vision of how Spider-Man, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four fit into the puzzle. The suspicion is that these post-credits scenes are, in fact, snippets of actual scenes from Avengers, Doomsday. Since the main filming for Doomsday is already finished, it's highly probable that the Russos already filmed the post-credits scene for Spider-Man, A New Day, right there at that time. They already had everything mapped out in their heads. Showing a planet over New York is the most direct way of saying, yes, Spider-Man will be in Doomsday, and yes, incursions are happening. This is the most logical thing in the world to leave us dying of anticipation. Another part of the leak says that Sam Wilson, our current Captain America, will try to recruit Spider-Man for his team, but Spidey will refuse. This is interesting because Yelena Belova, the Black Widow, should also appear in the movie, and the speculation is that she will try to recruit Spidey for her team, the Thunderbolts. If this is true, we will have a conflict between the two Avengers teams that will be more intense than we thought. On one side, the Thunderbolts, the crazy new Avengers. On the other, Sam Wilson's team, which has some more traditional Avengers, like the Hulk, or what's left of me after turning into Professor Hulk, and Captain Marvel. Oh, and Doctor Strange. I still think he'll be on Doom's side, but that's just my conspiracy theory. The point is that the conflict that started in the Thunderbolts post-credit scene is only going to grow. The fact that Spider-Man doesn't want to join any team makes total sense. He was already reluctant with the Avengers before. His life was dismantled after No Way Home. He lost MJ, Ned, Aunt May. He no longer wants to get involved in cosmic crises. He just wants to be the friendly neighborhood guy. Poor guy. He never manages to be. Sam Wilson will try to recruit him as Spider-Man, since the spell erased the memory of Peter Parker, and I imagine it will only be reversed after Secret Wars. The last part of the leak is more of a wish than a report. It says the second post-credits scene might be the first trailer for Avengers, Doomsday. I don't think that's the most likely. Daniel RPK said the first trailer will come before the movie Avatar, Fire and Ashes in theaters, and online, of course. Putting the trailer in the post-credits scene of Spider-Man, A New Day, months after the release, wouldn't make sense from a marketing perspective. I think the second post-credits scene would be better used as a tease for the Venom symbiote, or a humor scene, or another direct connection to Doomsday. To be honest, I would be much happier if we saw a green cloak in the background and Tom Holland said, "Mr. Stark," like that would be an iconic moment. But seeing Captain America Sam Wilson appear and another planet emerge on the horizon makes perfect sense to set the stage. So those are the rumors. I really hope they are true because the story is shaping up very cohesively. Now I say goodbye, because I need to finish my knitting. Yes, Hulk knits, what's the problem? Please leave your like, comment on what you think of this multiversal mess, and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, there won't be an incursion from a planet, but rather a Hulk incursion into your fridge.